Real, yo. Man, yo, you see that shit, right, Tuffy? What's that? Yo, man, let's just analyze society and the reality of what's going on, you know what I'm saying? And how motherfuckers claim they making sense, when the only way they making it is in their pockets, you know what I'm saying? Dealing with currency. Mentally, ain't nobody doing it, you know? You understand?
It's your six sense, where's your sense? Ever since I got my six sense, everything makes sense. Sense up, spit they sense, making no sense. My six sense, I can't be fed nonsense.
Tracking through the lens, surrounded by a fence. 6 pence for the sense, reaching for intelligence. Ignorance gets cut like a sickle with a nickel plus 1 penny. Tell me, do you have it? 6 cents for the thought, 6 cents gets bought, sold out without 6. Don't get caught without sense, common sense. 6 cents is essential. For tuition, intuition. 6 cents gets potential. Smoke weed, indeed, cut leaves like a sickle. MCs mislead. When I got dimes for a nickel, can you sense it? Something's suspended. Intelligence expands, ignorance condensed and fenced it. So be about what I'm hitting. Ain't nothing changed since so motherfuck Bill Clinton. So who makes sense but they ain't got 6 cents? Giuliani makes sense but he ain't got 6 cents. Our teachers make sense but they ain't got 6 cents. Bob Dole makes sense but he ain't got 6 cents. Preachers make sense but they ain't got 6 cents. See, Dolores makes sense but she ain't got 6 cents. Afuka makes sense but he ain't got 6 cents. Plataki makes sense but he ain't got 6 cents. My 6 cents to make dollars out of cents. All I need to stay alive is my 6 cents. Since some get killed over nonsense, since brothers pack for those who act like they lost their sense. How much sense does that make? No sense. So to ease my sense, I spent my last cents on sense of men. I said some pulling trigger, but it's not the trigger that kills, it's the senses of a nigga with no 6 cents. Don't know what's essence. And Asiatic, African, God ever since. You won't check your pockets for your 6 cents. And the only thing you got in common with yourself is your sense. So who makes sense but they ain't got 6 cents? Politicians make sense but they ain't got 6 cents. Bob Buchanan makes sense but he ain't got 6 cents. The Beast makes sense but they ain't got 6 cents. Ricky Lake makes sense but she ain't got 6 cents. Talk shows make sense but they ain't got 6 cents. OJ makes sense but he ain't had 6 cents. Revolution makes sense but we ain't got 6 cents.
No doubt. Tough for high king. You gotta be sensible. Who making sense? The dollar, whatever you wanna call it, that shit don't mean nothing. You know what I'm saying? We dealing with the scales of reality, God. We dealing with what's real, the realest part of the universe, the foundation. All them dreams y'all MCs chasing, y'all ain't making no sense. See, fine, sign it out. 6 cents. Bomb your residence.